welcome back everyone, welcome back to the semifinals or semifinals here of the PiGosaur Cup number 78. We're here, we are back, we have our best of 5 TVP and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Lockdown. We have the red Protoss player, we have the South Korean Protoss representing T1. Going for the proxy, it is herO. Let's go. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And welcome one and all to the very first TLMC 22 edition of the PiGosaur Cup. We are here, we are back with some TLMC maps. And again, we've been covering them for quite some time at this point. When it comes to, I say quite some time, for the past week, we've been focusing and fixating on the TLMC maps, and now we're here once again. Shout out to, of course, Shopify. You can see their logo here. Shout out to Shopify for sponsoring the TLMC, and also a big shout out to Monster Energy as well. Hold on, there's Shopify. There it is. There's that Monster logo. Beautiful, beautiful. So shout out to Monster and to Shopify for sponsoring, for funding the event, the TLMC. There it is. If you didn't notice, every map does have a bunch of billboards showcasing the logos and the sponsors of TLMC. Just as a heads up. So we're calming down. From here, again, we're going for the proxy gate. Zelda's being chroned as we speak. We can see that ByuN is going for a single gas opener, so ByuN is going for a Rax expand, most likely on the low ground, and herO's goal is to delay and disrupt that economic build. Oh, but CC on the high ground, so safer start here by ByuN. Still economic, still greedy, but is going for the high ground CC to keep it safe, to keep it secure. Despite not even scouting, by the way. Like, there's no SCV scouts. Does play it safe. herO, he knows. He's aware of the location of the CC. He'll observe that Zealot on the right-hand side. Okay, it does fan out his Zealots. Let's hold on to them. Alright, my apologies. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. As voting for the TLMC is still not quite open. Opening soon TM. Soon TM. Zelda spoke up the ramp. And from here it does spoke up. It does whittle away at the initial depot. Is looking to break on through. Last we have mass repairs. This is at least denying some mining time. True, mining time is denied. Ooh, Marine goes down. But outside of that, ByuN should hold. Yeah, what do mine does burrow? Baits have the Zealot, Baits have the mine shots. Stalkers they turn away the army. Ooh, and the deep is getting a little bit low here. Can herO snipe that Marauder? Oh, Marauder takes a lot of hits. Second Marauder has arrived. ByuN holds. Yeah, ByuN, he does hold on. Should not lose the Marauder. Gains of the Zealots. Here behind this is expanding. He does expand. Does lose to saturate. And right now it's on herO to delay. To delay the expansion for as long as possible. To keep ByuN contained for as long as he can. As herO is taking up. Twilight Council's on the way. Extra gateways as well. Getting into 3-gate blink. The game does continue. Oh, that's very nice. Force field. Looks down the Marauder, the Sentry, the Cyclone as well. Brutal losses here for ByuN. Ay, the force field's back. Calm down. Again, bleeding out to 2 Stalkers, but still takes down 2 Marauders, a Cyclone, and a Widowmine. Ay. Well, that means ByuN has no pushing power. That means ByuN is stuck in his main. Oh. Mine shot at least does trade with the Sentry. But again, ByuN's still stuck in the main base. At least there's no more force fields. But now we're up to 4 Stalkers. He wants that tank. He wants it. Oh my god. Tank taking a bunch of hits. We get the mass repair, thankfully. Yeah, mass repair in the tank. But last hero's out of range. Ay. He's out Out of range. There we go. Now does pull away. herO claiming his third. Going for the linear expansion. Does go for the linear base. Oh, and we have ByuN trying to recover, going to Hyperflight Rotors into Speed Banshees. It's a big risk, a big gamble here for ByuN. We'll see if we can get across the map. As we went for the charge open. Oh, no shot. I did miss that. Charge opener instead. The first tank goes down. Massive pickup. Nice control out of herO. He pulls away. And kites back. Trading with the Marines. Some of that tank was huge. Without that tank, there's no more pushing power here for ByuN. He's still stuck at home. And now he's going for his third. Okay, third CC's on the way. The Banshee just revealed itself. Now herO is aware. He doesn't know whether or not there's cloak. That's something that herO is just not aware of. But he races back home. And he's getting detection. So plenty to detect. ByuN has just been bullying. Oh, it's just been being bullied here. herO's in position to defend, and ByuN has a lot of recovering to do. From here, he needs to claim a third base. Build up into his economy. Secure his bases. He has to rebuild his tanks. These Banshees, they have a lot of work to do. They have potential. Remember, they can one-shot. 2 Banshees can one-shot probes. And this is a good way to try to recover economically. Because they have speed, you can micro, of course. You can micro back. You can kite. You can keep them alive, preserve them, and build them up over time. As Banshees move in. They get spotted. Head towards the natural. He gets 1 probe so far. Going for the sentry. Not bad. 1 worker and a sentry. Remember, there's no blink. Without blink, we cannot keep up with these Banshees. Cannot keep up. ByuN rotates around. Stalkers are in position. Despite that, gets into the mineral line. Not bad. It gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills. Oh my god. Gets up to 7. 7 probes going down. Again, these are paying for themselves. Nice harass so far. Yeah, nice harassment. You can see that hero's had enough. He's had enough. He wants to push across the map. Now, if ByuN was taking his third base, then he'd be exposed and he'd be broken. But he is secure on 2 bases. He's fully walled off as well. I don't really think that herO can break this. It's going to be difficult here. He's warping in 9 zealots at a time. Observer gets caught. Observer's caught out. Diving on that bunker. Bunker goes down. Can we get on top of the tanks though? He can. Does get 1. Does get 1 tank. Boys are being pulled. This is late. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. A second tank falls. Third tank as well. 0 tanks left. But the Stalkers overextend. And not enough zealots. Yeah, not enough zealots in the end. ByuN will hold on. He will defend. ByuN is holding. I say that zealots do warp into the main. Okay, they're warping into the main base. 10 more CV kills at the same time. Stalkers, they poke in towards the natural. No major damage. Zealots, they recall back home. And Stalkers, there was potential for some SCV kills, but no. Just damage on the eBay. Damage on the eBay. herO pulls away. And was that worth it? I mean, herO, he did lose 6 more probes across the map. The Banshees, they were popping off. Did they finally go down? Looks like they did. The Banshees were cleaned up. herO, he can now fixate on the main army. Now, what's terrifying about this position here, ByuN, he's at a deficit. He lost his tanks. He lost 3 tanks in that defense, so without any tanks, how does he hold? The answer is he doesn't. Cutting back into the mines. Nice mine shots. Nice connections, okay. So far, so good, but he abandons the third base. Forced to lift. Here he backs off. He can warp in once again. He can reinforce. Warping in back at home, actually. Interesting. Warps in back at home. And ByuN is holding. Okay, ByuN is holding on. I was concerned that herO is going to reinforce this army and just keep pushing. I do think he still can. Prism is denied entry into the main base. Now there are no more Widow mines. So no mines, no tanks. Storm is only halfway done. Question is, does herO wait for Storm? Does he wait? That I'm not so sure of. Go tells lift those High Templar. There we go. Storm is done in 3 seconds. The power of Chrono Boost. True. Dives in. Shots the storms. There's one. There's two. Oh my god. Yeah, massive storms. Storms connect. A 4th storm as well. Here come the Zealot Warpins. And with those charge lots, herO can overwhelm. As the storms were insane, Prism does go down. No more reinforcements. But here he's done at 23 SCV kills. As we mentioned, there was no defense here. As there were no tanks, no wind mines. There was just nothing to defend for ByuN. And here he just keep on pushing. Just keep on going. Getting to the mineral line. Boys being pulled into the R. Oh no, the storm! The storm punishes. GG gets called. And herO takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. herO does take a lead in the series. Again, ByuN just had a very shaky defense earlier on. My apologies, I didn't quite notice that herO did not open Blink. He opened Charge, went for the early gate opener into a Charge follow-up. With that, he was able to reset the tank count. Some crazy losses early on, some crazy engagements with herO catching out 1, 2, 3 tanks early on. And as we mentioned, due to those tanks going down, it meant that that third base was that much weaker. It was a very difficult third base to defend, and we saw that herO took note of that and did punish that. He just pressed his advantage, kept applying pressure, kept pushing, and eventually broke that low ground expand. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're now getting the game at number 2, going to be loading into Storm Push. Oh boy. Bearing in mind that this map is not a TLMC map. Let's bear that in mind. I'm a little bit on the fence whether this map should even be showcased. I'll be honest, I think I would call it disingenuous. Just because I guarantee you there are a bunch of people watching. We already saw it actually in the previous during our judging stream. I'm sure there are a bunch of people watching that are like, oh, like I want to vote for this map because it's got that really cool like pushing factor, but that doesn't exist in the TLMC version. So yeah, I'm very torn. I say I'm torn. Actually, I think I'm against having this map in this tournament map pool just because it's not really reflective of what you can vote for. But here we go. Here we go. Spawning is in the bottom hand corner of Storm Push. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing T1. Leading the series 1-0. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. As we're going for another proxy. For those who are curious what we're speaking of, the TLMC map that was submitted for the Team Liquid map contest that you can vote for that is in the top 16 is called Storm Surge. This is called Storm Push. As you can see, the probe is struggling. The probe is being pushed by the tide, by the current here of the sewer system. So that's a really cool factor. I really like this aspect of the map, but this version of the map is not available to be voted on. So just bear that in mind when it comes to voting on the TLMC, is that this is not representative of what would happen on the ladder. It is a really nice addition. It's really cool, and I do like it. And I would prefer this map than the TLMC version, but the TLMC version doesn't have this. So just be careful. PSA about this map. Oh, Jesus. As herO does poke in, here he does confirm the single gas opener, economic start out of ByuN. ByuN once again going for a Rax expand. And herO looking to punish. herO does look to punish. So again, I probably have to just add that caveat whenever we jump into this map during the PiGosaur Cups. If you're curious as to why this version is different from the TLMC version, it is because this version uses custom inserted modulars to like make this effect happen. This isn't done with like speed zones and slow zones. Like no, there's something else that was like added to the map to like customize it in such a way to actually have this current be a feature. But that isn't as you can see here. The Zealots, they're doing their best. I can get up there, but the way that this map was kind of adjusted and modded doesn't fit the guidelines for the TLMC. Like it's outside of the guidelines, so it is not eligible for the Team Liquid map contest. Like, the TLMC map contest has certain restrictions as to what you can do to the map. And this does fall outside of those restrictions. Or it's against them. There we go. Here we go. herO, he does push in. So far, gaining ground. Thankfully, we do have our Marauder base opener out of ByuN. Sorry, we were just fixating on the map itself. But ByuN does open up with the CC on the high ground, so he's safe, and he does open up Marauder as well. So ByuN, he does defend behind this, going for early stim. Early stim does barely not catch out that Stalker. And hero's in trouble, by the way. Here he is in trouble. If ByuN can build up a hefty Marauder counter early on and preserve it, and then move out with stim, ByuN can just snowball out of control. As behind this, ByuN is going for a 3-rack stim follow-up. A very hefty follow-up here for ByuN. And remember, herO, he did delay his own tech. He delayed his own setup here in favor of this. But how do we catch up? Twilight Council not into charge, not into blink. Twilight Council into a Dark Shrine. Okay, this is a really smart way to deal with this. So basically what's happening here is that ByuN, he's going to be pushing on 2 bases. He's going for a big 3-rack stim timing. He's going for a big timing attack. Now, what does that mean? Because it's all on 2 bases, limited scans. We're muling. You can see here that ByuN, he's muling his heart out, which is the correct thing to do, of course. He wants as many minerals as possible to crank out as many marines as possible, but this means that Dark Templar can punish ByuN's push. Not just the main push, but also the economy as well, going for a backstab at the same time. Because of the build that ByuN's going for, there's a very low chance that he's holding onto scans. Not saying that it's impossible, but just a lower chance. So here we go, does zoom across the map. Dark Shrine isn't done yet, though. Yeah, because of the rush distance by ground, does herO even have enough time? herO's racing back. Oh no, the Zealot! Get up here! Doing what he can. No, he's being pushed back. he's being dragged back in because of the concussive shell. Oh, but he gets scouted. Yeah, he does get scouted. Dark Shrine straight DTs get warped in. ByuN is aware. He should be holding on to scans. He currently has 1. Yeah, 1 scan is available. And ByuN, does he turn around? There it is. There's that first scan. First scan lands. Turret's on the way. Second DT does waddle in. And can we deny that scan? Can we deny that turret? Just going for SCVs. Okay, second scan. And ByuN holds. ByuN does hold on. He has no more scans left. Do we have a defensive DT? We do. Assuming it's no. Well, where are we? No, the DT. No, he's out of position. He's raging over. Like, DTs would be amazing defensively. He's out of position, Pat. Yeah, with that, ByuN, he barely breaks through. He's trying to at least. It's still close. Yeah, close trade in the end. herO holds. We should answer the Queen with concussive. I mean, we just saw the concussive shell on the Zealots, even with Zealot legs. Oh wait, no, sorry, it was a regular Zealot. We saw the concussive shell on the Solot did mean that the Solot was just being pushed away completely. Like he could not push against this. So a Queen would be the same. Like a Queen, Jesus, we're zooming. A Queen, especially with concussive shell or with the soul effect, would not be able to push past the current. Like, we just confirmed that. Like, if a Zealot can't, then a Queen can't. No shot. So we go. ByuN does move out. ByuN does bypass the main army. And again, herO, that initial DT opener wasn't quite worth it in the end. He's exposed. And shield gets activated. He's trying to hold on, trying to buy time for the Colossus. ByuN sims in, breaks down the sentry. Yeah, sentry falls, ults as well. And with that, ByuN, he breaks into the natural. Boys are being pulled. Desperation out of herO. Colossus still a ways away from popping out. And this is critical damage. Critical damage. In the end, the proxy wasn't worth it. In the end, the DTs weren't worth it either. herO just falling further and further behind. And we have a series. We have a back and forth. herO bleeds out 17 probes. Critical damage. It's just too much. Too many losses. ByuN drops in. Oh, we catch out a medevac. Okay. Something goes the way of herO. Catching out a full medevac. Still leaves out 3 more probes. Colossus trying to keep up. ByuN here wants those workers. He does want those workers. And then he gets 3 more pro kills. ByuN does have an economic lead. The one thing holding ByuN back is no third CC. Yeah, there's, the third CC is late here for ByuN. That is giving herO a chance. herO now trying to move out. Trying to be active. Essentially, hero's all in. Like at this point, hero's all in. You can see here he's undersaturated. No 4th expansion. It's all or nothing for herO. Oh, as the drop comes back in, more probes being going down. And if herO wasn't in, if he wasn't all in before, he's all in now. He's all in now. He just doesn't have enough though. The Colossus have potential. Prism taking some hits. And no more warp in. Prism gets sniped. The War Prism is sniped. Vikings that still survive, they're still left over. We're now up to 4 Vikings. And herO cannot gain ground. Losing 14 probes across the map. Yeah, we got some disruptors on the way. I mean, disruptors, they have potential. They can make up for like a 20 supply deficit, but oh my god, oh god, the Colossus. You can do it. You can do it, baby. There we go. Jesus. To dig their feet in. I love the idea that using something like a slow zone or concussed marauders can drag an army back to you. Like, that's amazing. Like, I love that idea. You can't get away. You're coming back to me, papi. True, true. Coming back. I guess Fungal would be the same. You can drag them back in. It says a scan. Drops is moving into position. Again, the Novas, that's all we got. Nice EP. Nice initial EP. Nova goes up. Doesn't connect. That's one Nova, there's a second, and without that, there's one Nova left. One Nova remaining. Colossus, they went down instantly. They went down, papi. And now we're going for the base trade. The attempted base trade. Oh no. ByuN just backstabs, heads for the third. Should be able to knock it down. They're here pushing off the ramp into the Terran army. Waiting on more zealots. That's EMP. Over the zone. Nova zones away, catching a disruptor. Yeah, he gets away. And again, outside of Nova's connecting, like, we should be fine. Does focus right. 2 more disruptors. 2 more disruptors go down. herO doing what he can, trying to chase the army. He's trying, but decent Novas. And fun fact, despite those Novas connecting, it doesn't matter. GG gets called, and ByuN ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. We're going to game number 3. Bearing in mind this is a best of 5, so plenty of games ahead of us, plenty of games to come. herO, who's playing from behind from almost the beginning. It was like a very slow death animation there for herO, where herO, he went for the proxy, gateway, wasn't quite worth it, got shut down by Marauders. Likewise went for the DT follow-up as well, but he got scouted and the DTs were shut down by scans ahead of time, so no economic damage. And then we saw, due to that, the lack of defense at the natural. We saw the big moment, of course, where ByuN stimmed in, was able to kill the mineral line, kill the transferring workers, and also break the main army as well. That was game then and there. We saw that herO, he hung in there and he was trying to recover in some which way, but really more than anything he was just relying or hoping that ByuN would make mistakes. He was hoping that ByuN would make some massive blunders and lose some full medevacs. So he did lose one full medevac, but lose even more full medevacs and overextend and get caught out. That was the hope, at least for herO. But here we go. Here we go. We're going to be loading into Fear and Faith, and we're going to be loading into game number 3. Let's go. Let us go. As we're getting into our next game. As a reminder, Clan vs. MaxPax is happening at the same time. It is happening at the same time. Have that opposing series is spawning in the top right hand corner of Fear and Faith. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Let us go. Welcome one and all to Fear and Faith. This is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in top right, bottom left, and top left as well. 4 possible small locations. Alongside that, we do have our monorail system as well, connecting our fringe expansions. Yeah, connected through these systems, through the tubing systems, I should say. Likewise, even some smaller tubing systems also connecting the closer expansions as well. So this is a way to scout faster, and herO does scout ByuN immediately. This is a way to rectify one of the issues of 4-player small maps, which is the RNG nature of scouting. So this does allow for faster scouting, and herO does find ByuN immediately. ByuN also finds herO because he knows he came from that, of course, from that monorail system from the right-hand side. He's aware. From here, ByuN does go for a double gas opener for the first time this series. True, for the first time, double gas opener into a faster factory, a delayed CC. When it comes to the map itself, welcome to, again, not just a 4-player small map, but welcome to Fear and Faith. Fear and Faith has a very secure natural, has a high ground coming into it, so a really secure 2-base saturation, 2-base setup. We have a close by 3rd and 4th expansion as well, so very close by locations. We do have a bit of a wider entrance in between the bases, but it is cut in half by the terrain in the center, of course, so these are 2 choke points. Bear that in mind. Likewise, we have a relatively medium-sized entrance here on the top side and a larger entrance on the south side if you can knock down those rocks. For the most part, though, the 4-base setup is pretty secure. It's pretty secure. We do have close spawns, though. We do have those horizontal spawns instead, so shorter rushes to spike ground. This can lead into more aggression, of course. We'll see. We haven't really been seeing too much mid-game here on Fear and Faith. So I'm ready. I'm excited. Want some more Fear and Faith? True. As Reaper does poke into the main. Reaper does poke in. Disrupts the economy. Did not scout the tech. Tech was thrown down further back. And we'll see what's being done with the double gas opener here. It is going to be for Reactor Reaper Hellion. Okay, so bold move is what I will say. Bold move here. So going Reactor Reaper Hellion, this is a very aggressive start. The goal here is for economic damage. We need to kill some probes with this opener. The thing that I'm concerned by here is that there aren't many ways into the bases. We have our main ramp. We have 1 Reaper Cliff here on the right-hand side and 1 Reaper Cliff here behind the mineral line as well. So Reapers, there's no direct way into the main. They have to go through the natural. And yeah, they cannot. Oof. Yeah, with that we did get some extra Hellion shots off. One Reaper does make a pass, just the one. No safety battery. That's on herO. herO scouted the double gas opener, no battery whatsoever. But herO holds, and 0 economic damage. So I just don't like this build on this map. This is one of those things where I would assume that ByuN's just not familiar. He just doesn't know where the Reaper cliffs are. But specifically, there's no cliff face coming into the main base. And again, there's only one cliff face into the natural and one cliff face into main behind the natural mineral line. So very difficult for Reapers to bust in. And we saw that even without a battery, herO holds. herO does hold. That was not worth it for ByuN. Not worth it. See if ByuN can recover. Hello, ByuN going for a ninja expansion. Okay. Let's go. Going for a hidden third. CC's on location. Behind this going for his own 2-1-1 setup. Eventually 3-1-1. hero's moving out. And again, ByuN is secure. At least he should be once the bunker finishes. He blinks in. Yeah, it does blink in. Bunker goes down. Late reaction with the SCVs. Sorry, tank goes down. There's no bunker. Yeah, no bunker whatsoever, and hero's overwhelming. Wow, he blinks 40, he does overwhelm. There's 3 Marines left, down to 2. Down to 1. Down to 0. 0 Marines. Ay, ay, ay. Tank does arrive, but these are hefty losses here for ByuN. Losing another SCV. Yeah, losing another worker at the same time. Auto charge harass across the map. 2 probes go down. So some nice counter damage, but ByuN, he lost his tank, he lost his bio army. ByuN is vulnerable to a follow-up push. That's what's scary here. That secondary push, that secondary timing, this time with charge, is going to hit very hard. Meanwhile, over time, if herO goes for his own observer, if he scouts the main base and if he confirms there's no third in the main or at any location, then he will be prompted to scout for a third base, to scout on the edges of the map. So we're waiting for that hallucination or for the observer. Observer moves out. Does move out across the map. Back at home, ByuN, he's trying to turtle up. Once again, he's lacking bio, like his army is quite small. But he's not applying any pressure. It's all good. As herO pokes in. He pokes in, he will confirm the 3-1-1 setup. Searching further back. You can see he's looking for the CC. He's looking for it. There's a warp in. Does he rally bottom right? Yes, he's 2 more Raxes. Does confirm the 5 rack setup. Third CC is already done, already mining. And he's going for a storm push. Okay. Taking it to storm. Scan does catch the observer. Does get 1. May not get spotted. Now the best thing that ByuN can do right now is to fake a 2-base all-in. To fake an all-in, make it look like he wants to push, wants to be aggressive. hero's got his High Templar, he's got his Storms, he's being proactive. The Observer does see the army. And here he wants that natural mineral line. Oh.
This vessel requires resistance.
Oh, barely doesn't see it. Gassy? Oh, yeah, barely not. Ravenheart's at the third. Prison moves in. And how quickly does ByuN react? Does react in time. Oh! Does pull away. Ooh, it does pull away. We get the delayed storms. Yeah, 2-3 storms here. 11 SCV is going to be going down. Nice damage here by herO. Mission control by ByuN does target down the CC. Oh, no, another storm. 16, 17. 17 SCV kills. Crazy storms. Here claiming another base. Now, thankfully, ByuN does have another base up and running, but his economy is in the gutter and he has to push. He has to move out. Now, a couple things here. That was nice damage, but that was 4 storms. And that means how many defensive storms are there? Because here comes ByuN. Oh, there's 2. Okay, there's at least 2 storms. Here he has to buy time. Lands 1 storm. Layers. Yeah, double storm. Both had time to go down. Hero overextends. But he's ready for the surround. Coming in from behind. He's coming. No. Here he might even catch reinforcements. Collapsing on the tanks. Tanks are unsieged. Yeah, the army's unsieged. Trying to get into the tanks. Storm is coming in. Yeah, the Prism gets EMP'd. The Prism is getting low. But we have the flanking storm. Oh my god. Yeah, catching up the army. Ghost falling as well. And ByuN gets completely surrounded. He gets locked down. And ByuN, he's in trouble. He's trying to race back home, leading out more units. Remember, ByuN, he has no economy. He lost a mineral line earlier. Yes, he has a 3rd CC up and running, but this is still not good enough. Oh, they're retargeting. Este ByuN. Cheeky, baby, cheeky. He tries to retarget. Alas, here he does defend. He's moving out across the map, and ByuN is in so much trouble here. He lost his tanks, he lost his widow mines, lost his medevacs, lost most of his army. He's down to 3 ghosts. 3 ghosts, couple of marines, couple of marauders. Nice rats across the map. At this point, you can see Hero checking for 3rd bases. At this point, he should recognize something is wrong. Nice EP. Hero, he does leave the Colossus idle. Yeah, leaves it idle. Miscontrol out of Hero. But the bunker still goes down. Oof. Yeah, the bunker still falls. We have more storms coming in. ByuN does pull the boys. He's trying to. That Raven putting in some work. 7 kills. 8. 9. Yeah, the Raven's putting in work, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Storm of the Vikings. Storm of the ByuN. SCVs, they get trapped on the storm as well. Thankfully, there's no backup storm, but the Colossus, they kite away this time. Yeah, Colossus, they kite away. Pulls back, EMP connects, but this is still critical damage. And here he snowballs out of control. GG gets called, and Hero, he takes a 2-1 lead in the series. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Cheeky moves out of ByuN. ByuN going for a ninja base, going for the hidden expansion, which is very greedy, and as a result of that, he had very minimal units to defend, and he was exposed. He was vulnerable. Hero early on, he dived in, he was able to snipe the tank, snipe and reset the marine count, and keep the pressure up and keep the pressure on, eventually forcing the all-in. Remember what happened? Hero went for the storm drop. He went for the quad storm drop in the natural. He killed 16 SCVs and he forced the all-in out of ByuN. ByuN had the advantage of course, so many storms being spent harassing, but Hero, he was able to buy enough time. He bought enough time. He had a couple of defensive storms. He had his Colossus, of course, and he also set off with the surround. He set off with the surround, a collapse on the army. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we have Hero with a 2-1 lead, and Hero, he is 1 game away from claiming the series here and now. Meanwhile, ByuN has to fight back to force the ace match. Let's go. Let's go. Meanwhile, when it comes to the other matches here, Clem versus Max Pax, I believe they're being covered by El Chanchito.
Moving.
Yeah. They're in game 3? Okay. They're in game 3. Este Chanchito. There we go. Here we go. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Washout. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss. Representing T1, leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from claiming the series and advancing on to the grand finals. It is Hero. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran. We have the Blue Terran. Representing Shopify, it is ByuN. Let's go. Let us go. So here we are going to be opening up. And we're going to be settling in. Yeah, from here we're just calming down. We do have our initial opener as well in the Washout. Washout is a 2-player spawn map, so we're calming down from all the 4-player spawn maps. Calming down. We have 2 spawn locations, and we have some unique quirks here. We do have a bit of a more defendable 3-base setup. The 3-base setup is more defendable. The 4th base is a little bit further away, so the distance by ground is longer, expanding in towards the 4th base. Likewise, we have our hybrid patches, our hybrid locations here to... Well, the hybrid mineral patches, I should say. Hybrid expansions. They're all over the place. We have a base here on the bottom right, we have the center right, we have further bottom right as well on the other side. So we have these hybrid expansions which we can disrupt in some way with the towers. I do like this feature. I think it's very unique to be able to destroy mineral patches, but we have yet to really experience it. We haven't really seen much mid to late game on Washout, and I'm hoping that changes. Hoping we get to experience a bit of that back and forth. So far the series has been hyper aggressive and we have yet to really embrace the mid game, but it might be it here. This might be it. Might be Washout. No. Here we go. Oh my god. As ByuN, he's going for a he's going for a Rax expand into a hidden 3rd CC before anything else. Hyper greed out of ByuN. ByuN is going for a 3 CC, 3 Rax. Not the first time we've seen this. So again, we have a 2nd and 3rd Rax on the way. This is going to be leading to an early sim timing, but I say early sim timing. It's going to be later compared to last game. It's going to be a later sim timing with hyper greed. And if herO can realize what's going on, he can punish this so hard, by the way. He can punish this so hard because we are cutting so many corners to pull this off. This is not unseen, this is not unheard of. We have seen ByuN do this quite often actually in TVP. I say quite often, like, you know, once in a best of 5. Once in a best of 5 or like a couple of times a week. I'm just rushing into this hidden expansion and oh boy, we'll see if he gets away with it. Very often ByuN does go for this build with the CC in the main to be safer. Here to have it on location is just one step further in terms of greed. One step further. You're back at home, setting up, going for blink. Can be setting up. Likewise, we have our initial 4 gates. So 4 gate blink, hybrid aggression here by herO. 4 gate blink stalker. herO does move out, and we'll see if ByuN. I mean, is this just a build or a win? Like, we're going 4 gate blink and ByuN went for a faster TC. Like, there's no defensive tanks, of course, because there's no factory. The Marauder count is going to be lower than normal just because of the faster TC. For now, just focusing on economic damage. Nothing major. Ooh, herO being chased down as well, but here he's going to scout. Yeah, he does confirm the 3rd. Now he knows. Yeah, now herO knows, blinking further into the main base, but herO's being wasteful here, losing so many stalkers. They're losing too many. Oof. As he bleeds out too many stalkers, herO, he fails to preserve. He has to hammer down. He has to hammer this down. 5 stalkers falling. 5 stalker kills. That's crazy. That is so many losses. herO, can he still pull this off? Imagine this time with 4 extra stalkers, by the way. I mean, sorry, 5 extra stalkers. That would have been huge. I just trade. Picks up a Marauder. Rotates over. Yep, ByuN immediately just abandons the base. Does pull away. CC taking a lot of damage. And herO's going for a charge follow-up. Still warping in, still reinforcing. Doesn't kill the command center. herO, he needs more damage. Kills one SCV. Gets one SCV kill, rotates into the main base. This has potential. Does try to blink in. Picking away the Marines. I'm loving that we're blinking 4 stalkers at a time. It's really cool. Just because, again, he can lift up 4 stalkers at a time as well. Here comes a charge warp in. The charge lots. And while we distract in the main base, he should be hitting the natural. You can see he's just dragging the army out of position, further back. Yep, there's the army gets activated. ByuN is out of position, he's distracted, bunker is exposed, and the bunker will fall. Yeah, the bunker goes down, the natural is compromised. Boys are being pulled, desperation out of ByuN. herO pulls away. He pulls away, meanwhile, massive warp into the main base, and ByuN just cannot keep up. Not like this. Not like this, papi. 24 SCV kills, crazy damage, and we're still not done. We're still not done, papi. Yeah, bringing out more workers. 32 SCVs going down, dropping into the natural. We just have some fresh mules. Fresh mules. No shot, we killed the CC. No shot. But still denying more mining. Boys off the mineral line, forced to repair. herO pulls away, and herO, he does cripple. He cripples ByuN. ByuN down to 33 SCVs. Now ByuN, he has preserved his army. He has a decent marauder count. He still has a large army. He can make use of it. Meanwhile, he's distracted once again. Oh. He's distracted. herO claiming his own 4th. Going for the hybrid expansion. Okay. Going for his 3rd. DC's into the main base. There's 1 scan. There should be more. Yeah, thankfully there's 3 orbitals, right? There's 3 orbitals, plenty of scans. Okay, 2 more scans. hero's bleeding out a lot of units. GG. Yeah, GG gets called. He bleeds out too many units here. herO, he doesn't kill. And ByuN breaks out, takes the series. Oh, sorry, takes the game, and we're going to the ace match. GG. Whew, GG, well played. As we mentioned, ByuN, he had no economy, but ByuN, he did preserve that marauder count. He had a very hefty marauder count, and herO was just too wasteful, bleeding out so many units here, bleeding out all of his Dark Templar, the Stalkers as well, and herO, he had no standing army to defend against the counterattack. GG. GG, well played. Again, herO was all in. I did mention that herO, he was all in. He didn't kill, he did cripple, but that wasn't good enough. That was not good enough. He had to kill then and there. He had to do critical damage. He had to do even more than what he had dealt. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we're going all the way to the ace match. Let's go. Going to game 5. And we'll see how the story ends. There we go. As we're loading into Defender's Lab. Not the most aesthetically pleasing map, but let's go. It's time to defend the labs. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Defender's Lab, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1 being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. Getting away with Hybrid Greed last game. He went for a fast third CC on location, by the way. He got away with it, and we'll see what he has in store for us this time. It is ByuN. GG, well played. Again, I'm still thinking about the initial aggression from herO. Remember, we spoke about it. If herO hadn't lost those 5 Stalkers early on, then he could have doubled down, committed, and just killed ByuN then and there. But he bled out so many Stalkers in the early game, and that did stifle herO, did slow him down, did make his pushes weaker than they otherwise could have been. But now welcome to Defender's Lab, a much more larger macro map in the map pool. The grid map. When it comes to our 3-base setup here, it's relatively accessible here outside of the natural. 2 entrances here into the high ground location. Likewise, we have a much more narrow entrance into the 3rd base, and likewise a narrow entrance into the 4th as well. A relatively secure 4-base setup. You can go for the forward base, but what I find most interesting and intriguing about this map are the speed zones. We got speed zones littered throughout the entire center of the map, and we have side blockers, we have rocks as well. The center of the map is littered with speed zones, rocks, steam vents as well, disrupting the vision and also encouraging rotations and movement as well from the army. So with that does add a little bit more complexity here once we get in towards that longer mid game. Aesthetically, like, I'm still not too fond of like the yellow grid that we've got all over the place. Outside of that, it's an interesting map. I think I give this like a 4, I want to say. So now it is going to be a faster CC on low ground. Ranks expand. So ranks expand into the later factory. Economic starts at a ByuN. And here is being active, just scouting, no proxy. Proxy, no shenanigans. Commits in, delays some mining at least, but the command center does finish. ByuN will break out, and we're just getting into a longer game stage. For now, it's going to be Blink, so we have a take of choice, Twilight Council into Blink. The question becomes, how many gateways? 2-gate, 3-gate, or 4-gate Blink Stalker? Remember, last game, herO did go 4 gates, which I was praising him for, but the execution of the build was lacking. He just lost so many Stalkers early on, and the 4-gate fell on its face. We'll see if he goes for another 4-gate, or if he goes for something more economic instead. And we're leaning towards economy. Leaning towards economic builds. Now we're calming down. We're going to be calming down. We're going to gain map control. Blink is on the way. Getting into Blink. Once again, this is going to be 3-gate Blink out of herO, so relatively safe. It's a very flexible way to open up. Just picking away at the army, looking for a way in. A tank is in position. Cyclone goes out. Oh, he blinks in. Oh no, he blinks into tank fire. He gets the Cyclone, but it does cost him 2 Stalkers. Almost 3. Almost 3 Stalkers go down. You can see how low these Stalkers are. This has not been worth it for herO. It's not been worth it. These Stalkers are so very low. I mean, at least he escapes with 2 more. herO has to get the hell out of here, has to pull away, and now he expands. And remember, he delayed his own 3rd base in favor of that aggression, and it was not worth it. But the aggression isn't over. It's not over. Prison moves out, Stalkers as well. herO, he commits. And he wants economic damage. Again, ByuN, he's securing the main base, but can we get into the mineral line? He's making his way towards those minerals, towards those workers. He's going to be denied. ByuN, he defends well. He defends the main base well. He's secure. Stim is on the way. And we're waiting for the 3rd CC. Nice harass. 4 probes? Oh my god. 4 probes go down. Here he gets 1 SCV here on the natural. Claiming his 3rd base. ByuN has yet to expand. True. So ByuN is breaking out. Gets spotted by the observer. ByuN does notice. Keen eyes at ByuN. herO ideally he wants to engage at a time, but he wants to slow this down. He blinks in. Oh, bleeds out a Stalker. Miscontrol at a herO. It does miscontrol. herO's not able to save. ByuN gets across the map. Does have the army advantage. First tank is going to go down. Nice pickup. Okay, dives on the first tank. Dives on the second tank as well. No, the second tank. Ooh, the second tank goes down. And now it's going to be ByuN's turn to miscontrol as he fails to lift up the tanks. Could have lifted, could have gone the hell out of there. And ByuN overextends. So big overextension by ByuN. Even losing the medevac. Medevac goes down. Here he has more charge lots, of course. Can warp in. For now, not quite able to. Has to pull away. From here is reinforcing from back at home. So he commits in. So plus storms his own away. Yeah, we get some decent storms. Bearing in mind that herO, all he's doing here is just buying time. He's just distracting ByuN while he expands. While he claims his third, claims his fourth base, building up his economy, rushing into a high yield gas geyser expansion. Okay. Interesting expansion pattern out of herO. And as he's doing this, he's containing. ByuN, does he have a third CC yet? Wait, what? Where's the third? Here he commits in, takes some ice shells to the face. Again, here there's no reason to push in like this. There's no reason for herO to push into the natural. He's getting a fourth. We can just chill. We just chill and wait for ByuN to come to you. Wait for ByuN to step out, as he will have to if he wants to expand. Just calm down, herO. Calm down. Let him come to you. As herO pulls away, he rotates. Speaking of the third base, I guess, right? I did miss it in the main base earlier, but he is claiming his third. That's EMP. And EMP lands. Here he has to back up. He cannot engage. He bled out too much earlier. And now he rotates. Here, he's being hyper aggressive here. He just wants to move in. Storm is going to be spent. Comes in for the sword. Very nice splits out of ByuN. Oh my god, the pre-split. ByuN, calm down. Zelta collapsing in though. And no bunker. True, there's no bunker. ByuN kites back to his mineral line. Here he has enough anyway. Oh my god, massive storms on the army. On the SCVs, on the main force as well. And herO breaks through. Here he breaks through the main army, busts into the third, 19 SCV kills. And it wasn't pretty, but herO, he's doing it. He's doing it. And it took ByuN so long to get a third base up and running. Here he was up 2 bases compared to ByuN. Now we are lacking a storm. Lacking splash damage. There we go. High Templar does warp in. Let's go to Templar. Again, here he's so close to just breaking ByuN. We have the mass mule hammer here at the third. ByuN, he can't afford to lose this. Not like this. The base is getting low. Feedback's coming in. Ooh, does land the storm. Yeah, lands the storm, catching other ghosts as well. There's only one Viking. And again, from the earlier fight, like herO has broken ByuN did breaking quite some time ago. GG gets called, and herO, he will claim the series 3-2, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Hyper aggression here out of herO, at times overly aggressive, but he was able to pop off and contain ByuN. Remember, he contained ByuN on 2 bases, while herO was getting a 3rd, he was getting a 4th base, herO even taking some high yield gas guises as well. herO was able to gain map control, and ByuN had a very hard time taking his 3rd. He had a very hard time taking his 3rd base, and by the time he did, it was too late. herO was already there to knock down that front door and to punish that 3rd expansion and to ensure that ByuN could never really catch up economically. GG. GG, well played. It was still back and forth. There's still moments for both players, of course. ByuN was able to harass nicely with the Raven harass, of course, with the auto turrets. Was able to be active, was able to harass, and did actually even force some overextensions out of herO at times. But there were some other key moments where herO gained map control. Remember, why could herO contain his opponent on 2 bases? Well, ByuN lost his tanks. Remember, ByuN, he went for an early push, he lost 2 tanks in the center of the map, and he lost momentum. That was the moments where ByuN, he lost map control, and he had a weaker setup defensively at home as well, which delayed the 3rd base. But GG. GG, well played. With that, we have our first finalist. We have our first finalist here. Exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look back yourselves. Let us catch on up on the bracket itself. Meanwhile, big shout out to ByuN. ByuN for making it all the way to the semis and for facing off against herO. It was not easy. ByuN, he took down Cure to make it to those semifinals. So impressive play there by ByuN to bring Cure down. Meanwhile, herO is going to be the first finalist. He's waiting for the winner of Clem and Max Pax.